One seeker who is learning from the master so he was looking at other students, and those students were confused. So they asked what your master is teaching. So seeker said, no, he never teaches, but he is always teaching. So he is always teaching. The seeker said he is pointing the way. He is showing the way. If anyone shows you your country on the map, it is not teaching. So seeker said he's just pointing the way. So those students did not understand. So seeker said the moment he starts teaching, it will become a belief, it will condition the mind, and conditioning of the mind can never lead to meditation. So if we are a seeker, then we understand where is the pointer. So once we understand, here is a pointer, and then I have to think it, I have to contemplate, I have to reflect on it. So if I do not reflect, I follow it blindly, nothing will happen. Duplication is the buzzword of science. Originality is the buzzword of self discovery. Once we understand that, then the life changes. You see, you can find the Ford car, BMW car as it is in any part of the world. It's a more a duplication, replication. Look at the originality of existence. I am unique, you are unique, Brandy is unique, David is unique, Stephen is unique. Do you see that uniqueness? More than 7 billion people, everyone is unique. That uniqueness is discovered in meditation. That needs to be understood. Science brings them together. Oh, what, how many subjects were there in the research studies? 1,000 people. So, that medication, that medicine is definitely effective to millions of people. This is a part of replication. But does the existence replicates? No. It always creates, it always creates an originality. Can I appreciate that originality in myself? No, I don't. So I am suffering. So this entire text talks about originality. Find out who you were before the birth or just after the birth. spontaneous, no stress, no worries. That brings our happiness here and now. So we are understanding the teachings of the Master Ashtavakra. So in the first chapter, he explains what is that originality, what is that real self. What is the real self? It is self existent, it is self luminous, it is all pervading. That is our nature. So if we do not start from there, we will not get anywhere. From where we start? Oh, I have lot of stress. I have attended your practices, your program 1 or 2 days, 2 times, but it doesn't work for me. Why it does not work for me? Because I do not start that my real self is deeper inside. That is the goal of meditation. I am practicing meditation, but I don't know the goal. And that is why nothing happens. That is why nothing happens. So, in the second chapter, you see this seeker explains, this is my experience. So, if we look at it, he is again explaining, this is my experience. We crave for having colors. No, I don't see the colors. Why you see the colors? We start the comparison. Do you see that? Oh, you are progressing very high because you have seen the red color. Why don't you see the red color with eyes open? Why you have to see in meditation? This is the way we have to think. If we do not think in this way, nothing happens. So, aho aham namo mahiyam daksho nasti matsama asansaprasya shariren yena vishwam chirghratam. Now, see, for an example, take one example that you are a water and you see the waves. Do you differentiate the waves from you? The answer is no. Water knows it is me, appears as a wave. You see the first point of view, first point of understanding. Now go to the waves. Now waves looks at the water. Two waves, they say that I am separate, and that is how they cannot see the water. They cannot see the water. So many examples he has given, the master has given hundreds of examples, the seeker has given hundreds of examples. The gold and the jewelries, the ornaments. Outer level, I see the ornaments. Inside, I see it is only one gold, different waves, one water. So when we reflect on, then we find that there is no duality and a division. So if you look at this verse, he says, how wonderful I am. Do we ever say, how stressful we are? I have lot of problems. I have yet to achieve the goal in terms of the wealth, in the house, in the clothes. The mind is constantly jumping. That mind cannot become a seeker. So that is why from where we have to start. The real self is self existent, self luminous, all pervading, permanent peace and happiness. Now let me search. Let me understand. And once I understand it clearly, I have reflected, I can reach there. But why I don't reach there? Because I still have a doubt. How can a crazy, stressful guy can enter into permanent happiness? I doubt myself. I believe you all are understanding. I doubt the very nature of my peace and happiness. And I instantly believe the stress and anxiety and the problem and the suffering. I don't disbelieve. This is a great message given to us by their seeker. How wonderful I am. In the very first verse, he says, what is my experience? Amazing. I was thinking that I have a lot of stress and anxiety, duality and conflict. And when I settled into meditation, I feel I am tranquil, taintless, pure knowledge, transcending the body and the mind. And then he says, I have been deceived by delusion. Now, in this verse, what he says, amazing. It's amazing. Amazing not looking at outside. He says, amazing inside. Let me salute to myself. What is that amazing, surprising in this? We normally salute to ourselves as a body, as a mind. So here he is saying, I'm saluting myself. Why? Because I find I'm self existent, I'm self luminous. The body appears like the waves, mind appears like the waves, but I am one pure consciousness. See, there is one more logic given by our masters. Answer: can computer know the creator? Can. Here comes. I was waiting for you, Christina. Can computer know me? Know the creator? No. Answer is no. Why? Computer is not conscious. But at the same time, what computer can do, my mind cannot do. That is also true. Huh? That is also true. Did you understand that part? What computer can do, my mind cannot do. So, in one Upanishad, I think it is in Taittiriya Upanishad, they cited an example. The God created matter, then God created plants, animals, and then the crazy human race. Why? Why crazy human race? So one man went to the God, God, I have plowed the field. Today you must allow the clouds to rain the field. Second man went to the God and said, I am building my house. God, no rain today. God became upset. It is the story. We want to follow based on our desires, attachment and detachment. And God became upset. We have made even the God upset. We are the spatial creatures. So then the God started searching a place where he hides, he should hide himself so that the man cannot find. So some of his assistants suggested him, it is better go to the moon. No, no, no. After a few years, this man will definitely go to the moon. I'm not going there. To the Mars, we have already touched the Mars. It's a beautiful, in the form of a story, it is. And ultimately, God cried. The way the Upanishad explains it, God cried and entered into the heart of every human being. Because we don't want to find the God inside our heart. We find everywhere. We find in the church, in the temple, in the people, everywhere we find. Only the seeker can find the God within. So that is why seeker says, how wonderful, amazing. Salutations to me because he is seated within me. He is seated within me. And then he says, who is one, neither goes nor come. I come to your house, so he is with me. He goes with me. I am driving, he is with me. Driving from the behind. This is the meaning. This is his experience. And then he says, what he says, wonderful I am, adoration to myself. There is none so capable as I am. So here this I am is pertaining to the real self. I am is pertaining to the real self. Now see that. Wonderful I am, adoration to myself. There is none so capable. So he's not talking of his ego. He's talking of the real self. Who am bearing the universe for all eternity without touching it. Without touching it. So what happens? You remain untouched. Because we are not the body, we are not the mind, we are not the thoughts, we are not the feeling, we are not the stress. We are not the stress. Finished. Isn't it amazing? No, I am too much stressed. I have lot of problems. Why? Because, honey, where I'm looking? Outside. Where is the real self? Inside. Only that much difference. Little difference is there. I am searching outside? No. Let me look inside, deep inside the heart. So that God is nothing but our real self. So let me complete before we start our practice. So I started that the computer cannot know the creator. Now see the beauty of the understanding by our masters. What is that? The masters say creator creates. First phrase, and enters into what it creates. So we have to find that real self within us. Did you get it? Did you get it? Creator creates and enters into its creation. Now, example, gold creates an ornament and enters into it. That much is to be understood only. So I am the creation with the body, mind, intellect, ego, stress, anxiety. Who created? Seated in the heart. And that is seated in the heart. I am the real self. Are you getting it? Creator creates. It's a very big message from the Upanishads. Creator creates and enters into the creation. This is the big difference between what is created by the man and what is created by the existence. Can you say that the Ford created the car and entered into it? Take an example. Understanding has to be there. If you understand, you are already there. Still doubt is there, practice meditation and you will reach there. Are you getting it? I believe you all are getting it. Creator enters, creator first creates and enters into the creation. The water first create the waves. And then what is wave? Wave is nothing but the water. The real self created this name in the form of Girish. So what real self represents, Girish must represent the same. What real self represents? Permanent peace and happiness, love and wisdom. So this seeker, he is known as one of the greatest master souls. Then he became the master, Janak, who is narrating his experience. Huh? Amazing salutation to me. So here it is not body mind complex. To me is the real self, who is one, who is luminous, who is self existent. I have been deceived by the illusion until now. Now I found my real self. The goal of human life, it is self fulfillment. That is the beauty of this Eastern wisdom. So the three steps are there. Shravanam, you listen to the principles, means I do not know, let me know it. So how many people are really fortunate in the world, even in this modern world, where we have access to all the information, where they they get the knowledge that you have a real self which is totally free from the stress and suffering. How many people? First, and even if they understand, we say, this guy looks crazy. Who has no stress in this modern world? Look at it, where our mind is going. So the first step, I do not know, let me know it. Oh, I am of the nature of the real self, permanent peace and happiness. We get couple of thousands of dollars, we celebrate an event, then we forget it, and same dollars creates lot of problem, especially in the morning with lot of hangovers. John is laughing. No, no, I see that you are taking a coffee. No, you see that now. See, so the message is 100% clear. Can I make my entire life a celebration so that I don't need to celebrate an event? You celebrate an event, you prepare for it, you spend lot of money, you invite lot of friends, and the next day you are frustrated. How many times we are celebrating our birthdays, etc., etc. So the journey of meditation means that I make my entire life a celebration. Every moment is a celebration. This is what the master is saying. A little from the serious note, because he's going deeper and deeper in this chapter. So that's why I said better to talk about this. And now we have an understanding. Keep this understanding, please. And then we will see how to practice meditations